counselor and I am one of the few people in Missouri certified in rapid resolution therapy. How many of you deal with stress? I know Jody doesn't. Her life is stress-free right now. How many of you recently have been dealing with some stress? Of any kind. I don't even care what kind it is. I don't even know. No. I'm just going to walk you through a process that I use with my clients to help them with stress. That's all I'm going to do. And you can take it home and you can play with it and use it and do whatever you want with it. How many of you have traveled? Like through the United States? No, Patrice, not you. No way. How many of you traveled like outside of the United States? Okay, cool. Come on, Dr. Jeannie. You've gone somewhere, done something.
I did on my honeymoon.
Where'd you go?
I went to Costa Rica.
Vera, that's outside.
Nice.
It's amazing.
So, I want you to just think about, find one thing that's been a little bit stressful lately. Just kind of put this over here, little side of this thing's been a little annoying. And then think about all these times that you've traveled and pick one time that you were out in nature and you were looking at something that was so beautiful, it was like awe-inspiring. That you were like, I'm going to take a picture of this, but I know I'm going to go home and it's not going to be the same as being here, but it's going to remind me of that moment when I was there. Everybody got it? Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Whatever that was for you, I know it's going to be different because we all didn't go on vacation together. So we're going to picture that moment. We're going to take a big inhale and a big exhale. Now, that little thing right there, how do you feel right now?
Good. More relaxed.
So, good deal. And I didn't make you laugh and pee your pants.
No.
Jody does.
That's my job.
That's Jody's job. So we're going to add a step to this. And some of you already did this. We're going to picture that moment wherever you are. Big inhale with that exhale. You're just going to soften and close your eyes. So ready? Big inhale. Big exhale, softening, closing the eyes. And your only job is to focus on sound and breath. And I know there's a sound of my voice. There's a sound of other things going on in this room. And then there's your breath. And as you focus on your breath will just naturally change. And it's perfectly normal. And then there's sound. It will come and go. There'll be chattering going on, thoughts coming in. It's the perfect time to acknowledge them and bring the awareness back to sound and breath. Because here's the thing. While you're focusing on sound and breath, mind is already changing things to bring you back to that moment when you were looking at that beautiful place out in nature. So I've been given lots of time to play with this today, so you're going to take all the time that you need. But whenever that moment is perfect for you, awareness will come back to the room, eyes will begin to open, and then we'll go from there. And so how was that step?
I could.
How's everybody feel?
I don't want to come back.
You don't want to come back and hang out with us? Like,
No, I want to be
fun.
on the beach.
So that's just a very simple thing that I work with my clients and teach them to do that themselves. Because unfortunately it would get really expensive to carry me around everywhere. And I don't want to follow everybody around. I have a 5-year-old I got to take care of sometimes. Sometimes she takes care of herself. I got a snack, I got this. Does anybody have any questions? I really honestly didn't prepare this big long informational thing because why? You all have traveled, you all have seen beautiful things, and you have that within yourself to access whenever you want. But if you have questions, I'll certainly answer them. Yes, ma'am?
Why is it important to relax?
Why is it important to relax?
Yeah. What's happening to us?
Your nervous system is shifting from being on high alert, which when it gets on high alert, like when you're stressed, cortisol levels go above normal, adrenal glands start pumping. That all does some crazy stuff to your system. I'm not a doctor, so.
But it ain't good.
But it also shuts off the ability to think rationally and logically. And when that rational logical part of our mind goes out the door, have you ever heard the term flipping your lid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Has anybody ever done that? Nobody in here's ever flipped their lid. I've never flipped my lid. People then start reacting completely from a place of emotion versus a place of ration and logic. That's usually what makes them walk in the door. I don't know what I did. I lost it. I gotta stop losing it. Okay, well, let's get that lid back on. When we come from a place of calm, centered, grounded, guess what? We make so much better decisions and things. People want to be around us more when we're that way, you know?
That's right.
Who doesn't want to go hang out on the beach all the time? I do. Any other questions? I told you I was going to take up all
It was
15
very
minutes.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit more about the relaxation part. What happens when you relax to your body?
What happens when you relax your body?
Yeah.
Physically,
Yeah.
your breathing
Or
changes,
emotionally,
your
or-
heartbeat goes back to normal, your neurotransmitters go back to normal. Like cortisol levels go down, adrenal glands stop pumping so much. And the lid, that rational and logical lid, gets back on so that you can see things much more clearly.
What if can you stress and laugh and be relaxed at the same time? Or is it
No.
one or the other? Okay, so you're either in relaxation or you're in stress. Pretty much.
Yes.
Okay.
From a neuroscientific
Yes.
standpoint,
Right.
research-based,
There's no posting in
Mhm.
between.
that what they're finding in researching all this kind of stuff is, even though people say, well, I'm feeling all these emotions at the same time, you actually can't. Say that again?
One at a time.
One at a time. So people, there's two other therapists in our office. They're both, well, one is certified in RRT, the other one is not. And they always come to me and they're like, you do these 3-hour sessions and sounds like all you did was laugh. Like, what did you do in there? And I'm like, you know what? We could sit there and we could be all upset and cry about what happened and be mad about what happened, but that's not what gets the brain to integrate what happened to them. If we can get people to have a different emotional reaction to what happened, what they went through, guess what? The brain integrates itself. So, no, you can't laugh and be pissed off at the same time. And I would rather laugh than be pissed off any day. So.
And cortisol does not get released if you're laughing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Very good.
Write a book on questions Jody's asked me.
Sounds like a blog.
Oh, I got
Yes.
another book idea in my head now.
Sounds like a blog post.
All right, any other questions?
It's a blog at least.
Minimum's blog. I probably have blogged about that. So that's what I brought today, was that
Very
little fun
good.
thing.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am?
Can you take like really deep traumas and help reduce them quickly, or how does that?
Yes.
How does that work? I mean,
Very deep.
How does that work? That would take me 40 hours to explain what I do. But yes.
So if you've been I don't want to mention a horrible thing, but you've had a horrible thing happen to you, and you can, more quickly just dismantle and mitigate that.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Yes, that's the beautiful thing about Dr. Connolly developed rapid resolution therapy, because he specifically works with survivors of trauma, specifically survivors of sexual trauma. And I mean, let's just speak on survivors of sexual trauma, because that happens to be my specialty. I have someone who was molested for 5 years of their life, and in 1 3-hour session, we're done with it.
Wow.
And laughing through most of it. So, I mean, I've literally had clients sit there, like, picture what happened to them, and they're laughing. They're going, there's something wrong with me. I'm laughing about this horrible thing that happened to me. And I'm like, okay, we'll try to be upset about it. And they're like, I can't, but that's what's funny. I can't be upset about it anymore. Right, we just updated the mind and got it to rewire itself. So, yeah, not every rapid resolution therapist likes to work with trauma, but like, people think I'm nuts, but the crazier the trauma, the more gut-wrenching it is, the more excited I get. Yes! Bring it in, let's go!
Fine.
So, yeah, any other questions? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Stephanie to wave a bag at me back there.
All right.
All right, well, thank you for listening. I'll be here all night, so if
Okay.
you have any other questions or cute bags that I need to buy.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, ladies, for listening.